darn technology.
Yeah.
Okay, so, first off, we're totally going against policy right here because we're not supposed to purchase from employees.
Oh, okay.
I'm just having
I'll
to give you a
just
hard
get
time.
that in there,
I'm
right,
just
yeah.
giving you a hard time.
Well,
But-
if it would be my closet, basically, is all we've been in there and dig out, which could be, anyway, so.
So anyway, so I would decline this because of that reason. Okay, so let's just send it to me,
Okay.
and then what I'm gonna see over here, did you see that change to 4? It was out of 3, and it would change to 4. So I had 3 approvals existing, and now I have a supplier request. So this is the side that you guys don't normally see,
Uh-huh.
but this is the complete transaction.
Okay.
Okay, so here's your request,
Uh-huh.
and I would just click into that request. What in earth did it just do? I think I hit something. You're done for. There we go. Okay, let's go back. So, we have the supplier request.
Mhm.
And so at this point, I'm gonna take a look at all of this information and, see the reason why you're doing this. And then I'm gonna say accept, decline, whichever one. So I'm just gonna say accept. And then click accept.
Really?
I have to, believe it or not, I have to do that. I have to, yeah. So now what it's getting ready to do is it's getting ready to invite the supplier.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's just making sure that I have certain information at this time. This is other information that the vendor has to supply to us.
Okay.
And so we're gonna say, yep, add that supplier. And then, we can put it into a buying group right then and there if we wish to. We normally don't.
Mhm.
And the reason is because once they register in the system,
Mhm.
then they have given us their tax information, their contact information, emails, and all of that kind of information. And we take that and set them up as a banner vendor.
Uh-huh.
Because we still pay out a banner. Banner is our payment tool.
Okay.
And so they still have to have that banner vendor number.
Okay.
So once we get a banner vendor number, we enter that into the system and then we add it to the buying group, and that's when you get to see it.
Okay.
And so the complete part of it would be, I get that banner vendor number, I attach it to the general buying group, and then I'm gonna send you an email and say, hey, your supplier is set up, everything's good to go, you can enter your requisition.
Okay. All right, now let me ask you a question. Of the things that we buy, we are so hands-on, last, point of sale
Mhm.
type of thing. And passing this on to the others, I know, you think I'm being, I can at least look at things and kind of tell what they are, and I'm not sure that's always the case, don't play this back before then,
Yeah.
But, where is is it the $2,000 thing, or do we just go ahead and run the credit card?
Yeah.
Is the $2,000 the kind of limit, or is this like an every week thing? For instance, we're in and out of Lowe's or Home Depot, building sets
Right.
all day long, every day, I think. So-
Actually, Home Depot is in our marketplace now.
Mhm.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're gonna start accepting credit cards through here. That's the best question I've had, and it's gonna depend on what you're buying and who you're buying it from, as to whether or not you wanna go through the system, or if you can just use your P card. The first thing you'd wanna do is try it through the system.
Okay.
See if like Home Depot,
Okay.
they now accept credit cards in our system.
Mhm.
And I think they're working with Lowe's as well to do that, but I know Home Depot is set up.
Okay. Mhm.
And so if you need, to go buy some 2x4s to build a set, then you can come in here, and see if they have it in here.
Okay.
And if it is, you can buy $50 worth, you can use your credit card, and it gets shipped to you.
Okay.
Okay, so when you have an item that you might normally run out to get, before you do that, check in Unimarket first, check in Topshop,
Okay.
and see if the vendor is in there, see if they accept credit card payments. If they don't, and you know it's less than the $2,000, and it's just a supply, then you can use your P card like you
Okay.
normally would.
All right.
Now, if it is over $2,000, you're going to want to do a requisition.
Okay.
You won't be able to use the P card, but since Home Depot is in the system, you're gonna still do your requisition at that point.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I'm not sure how, because usually it's one of those things like, will that work?
I know.
Yeah, I think that'll work, but let's get that. You know.
Exactly, yeah.
And we take back a lot of times, in fact, one of the reasons we're behind right now on March is because we have a whole stack of stuff that has to go back and they have to have the original. Anyway, so, but that's,
Yeah.
okay,
That's been a big question
yeah.
throughout. And the point of doing the e-procurement in the Topshop is to create more catalogs so that there is a lot less where you have to go off campus and, you know, because that takes time. That takes
Yeah.
time away from your day, takes time, you know, it takes less efficiency, you know, overall. And so the concept of the marketplace is that you can come in here and do your shopping right here. And not only are you saving time and energy and being more efficient, but you're also getting contracted prices.
Okay.
So we're saving the university money in that way as well.
Okay.
The exceptions I was talking about are things that aren't in the system. Travel is probably the biggest one. And I know that's the one that we deal with in the P card office the most.
Yeah.
So if you're doing airfare, it's $2,200. We don't have any travel in the Topshop system.
Oh, okay.
So that is gonna be a strictly P card transaction.
Okay.
Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
So it's very specific as to what you're buying, as to which way you wanna go. But if you're buying supplies,
Try it first.
try a Topshop first.
Okay.
If you're doing services, definitely do Topshop.
Can I go in here and just look and see how hard it would be to, I'm trying to think of what we bought recently.
Oh, we're in
Oh,
this,
no.
yeah, we're in the
okay.
supplier side. Let's go back to the marketplace.
Okay.
And view suppliers. And let's type in Home Depot. Okay, they're not showing as being set up, but they are,
Okay.
doing that
So
in
it-
production. So right now it's
It's-
creating
yeah, okay.
a non-catalog
Yeah.
item. In production, it's supposed to, let's see if I can get to, see if I can get it up here in production. This is the one thing, the one piece of training between the demo and the production. Not everything's in here.
Right, yeah.
And they're, you know, things are changing in here so often. So let's look at the marketplace and let's view suppliers. Okay, they haven't gotten set up yet. I know that she's
Okay.
working on that. We just talked about that the other day, so I know they're working
Well,
on
no,
that one.
no, it will, I do know that it will pull, you know, in fact, that the problem we had with Shura's card, I was able to pull it up and see out of PNC
Yeah,
to see exactly what they did buy, you
Right.
know, which
Well,
was the giveaway.
yeah. Oh gosh, that was crazy. Well, and what you're gonna have in this system is just like what we saw in Dell.
Mhm.
You're gonna go to their catalog, you're gonna select your item, and all that item description is gonna come back into your requisition that you're doing.
Okay.
And all of that description is gonna be on your purchase order. So if you create your, once the purchase order is created,
Mhm.
and you've got that printed off, so you know, you've got that list exactly what was purchased. So if something comes in and it, you know, something doesn't come in, you know, or whatever, you can check the packaging slip with your, purchase order. So, does that make sense? Does that kinda help?
Yeah, I'm just wondering how we're
I know. I know, it's a matter of selling
Yeah,
the
so,
product.
yeah, of course, if you had it ahead, I don't know.
Well, and here-
we can have your specs ahead if they, you know.
Yeah, well, and here's one nice thing, that reassign feature that we have in the system.
Yeah.
They can actually go into the system and do the shopping.
Mhm.
So when Home Depot, let's say when Home Depot does get put into live production, they can go into that catalog and they can do their shopping.
Mhm.
And what they need to do then is, and you can do this for Office Max now,
Mhm.
you can have them go into Office Max, do their shopping, and put everything into a cart and then reassign that cart to you.
Okay.
And then they can be looking at it exactly and get exactly what they want from the catalog. And if it's not there, they can request you to do a non-catalog order. But if it's a catalog, they can actually go out there and do some of that shopping and then reassign that.
Okay, that might be a.
And that might help, you know,
Okay. Yeah.
because it is more hands-on. They're still seeing those,
What they- yeah.
what it is that they're buying, and they can compare, and just like those staplers, it brought up every kind of stapler you ever wanted,
Right.
and then some. You know, it's just like being in the store. It's shopping online. It's a website shopping kind of experience. So
Okay.
a lot like Amazon,
Okay.
and so you might sell it in that way.
Okay.
That might help them adjust and get more used to doing this kind of stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So-
We'll start with David.
There you go. Get him on board. It's always good to get the department head on board
Right,
first.
yeah.
Okay, so what we wanna do now, we're gonna switch gears.
Okay.
We've gone through the system and all the different types of requisitions that we do, and we've looked at the request for a new supplier. Now it's time for you to practice.
Okay.
Okay, so what I've done here is I've created several different,
It's a test.
yeah, and you have to make 100 on it,
Oh, gee.
or I won't let you down. So let's go through some of these orders. We'll get through as many as we can,
Okay.
because I know our time is crunching. So one thing I do want you to do is I've got, for the request new supplier, I've got a problem. Once you request your supplier, we're gonna do a retrofit order on that. So if you wanna start, cause you're pretty good with the Office Max, and we looked at the Dell pretty closely. So if you wanna start with number 3, and let's work on this one and request a new supplier, and then we're gonna do a retrofit order for that supplier. So if you wanna practice that one.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
And if you have any questions throughout, just let me know.
Okay, we're gonna go to. You're all right.
Are you gonna do an Office Max order?
Oh, is that no?
Well, I was gonna say, we've
Oh,
already
okay.
done
All right,
those,
cool.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So let's start down here with number 3, because we've done these pretty deeply,
Okay.
with what we were doing.